sit back and let the fight come to them. It's a very weird paradigm. This game, I think they're a lot easier to get on the same page. They just drop this tombstone, drag people into it, stun somebody around the area, anchor the fight around that powerful ability. They should have a pretty good time versus a lot of these entity heroes who need to get in close to deal the damage. Pudge, Pango, Tiny. Triple melee gap closers to start the fight. Stormstormer's kind of the only hero skirting out on the outside of this arena, and Fishman, if he can stay alive, I can see this Oracle doing a lot of work on the fights as well. Not a huge amount of gap close from Fnatic outside of this Bat Rider, who has a hard time versus Oracle in a lot of instances anyway.
Yeah, it does feel like that is going to be a constant problem for Fnatic, something they're going to have to solve. And, well, we'll just kind of see what they come up here, as we've got 15 seconds until the start of our bounty runes. We did see that Fnatic spotted out the aggressive ward placed on the other side of the river, so they should be able to de-ward that in due time. It looks like, once again, we're going to be left with a 2-2 split here. Palos is actually going to put some pressure on Toby nice and early. Try and chase him out as long as he gets the vision. Oh, no! Whoa, Palos, what happened? Surely you had the vision there. You had the time to be able to throw out the concoction. Well, Palos has now hit himself twice in this game. 0-2 on unstable concoctions.
Not the best batting average I've seen to start off, you know, certain rounds, but
yeah.
That just means he's going to hit them all later, right? So, let's see. I mean, this is a deadly lane. Undying Alchemist versus double melee. Absolutely disgusting as Armel dodges an EMP here.
Yeah, that was really
nice start for him. I mean, if he can get some like cheeky kill with level 3 or 4, we've seen it on this Bat Rider a lot. The extra damage from Flame Break just it pushes this hero over some of those edges in the one-on-one.
What do you think about this top lane? I mean, this has got to be pretty good, right? Jabs on a Razor against a melee core hero.
I mean, if I'm Jabs, I'm telling my team I'm going to destroy this lane. Like, he should go absolutely ham, especially if he can get to level 3 without getting hooked and taking too much damage. It's just a free lane, in my opinion. They have the Impale to bail him out. He can spam the Plasma Field, link the Pudge up. As long as Entity don't get level 2 first and kill him off some all-in with Purifying Flames, he should have a pretty good time. And already just getting level 2 first, now he's very comfortable.
And how's that other lane going to be going for Fnatic? We've got ourselves an Alchemist Undying against a double melee. I mean, that also looks like a good setup. It seems like Fnatic are set up to win both side lanes, right?
I would think so. This Alch is going to free farm for sure. Pango is not a hero that's going to pressure him with a support Tiny who took Tree Throw level 1. John Well versus double melee. Every time he gets the decay, the new function of this decay is going to keep them lower than it did before.
Oh yeah, it used to be that you would get hit by this decay and then you would be like, okay, this is like, once the decay times out, between that and having lower HP and using a Tango is actually kind of effective to regain your HP pretty quickly. But now you don't regain that lost health.
I don't think this is a lane they're going to get kills on. That's kind of sad for John Well. Sometimes you can play off the decay stacks like if you had a Phantom Assassin or something. That said, it's an Alchemist, right? As long as he's hitting creeps, you're probably pretty happy with the outcome.
Yeah. And we'll see. Maybe Unstable Concoction could open up a kill. We still have that first blood somewhere on the table, so. And then we're just left with our mid lane matchup, which I would give the advantage to Stormstormer just because it's a Stormstormer Invoker, and Armel is indeed a little bit behind when it comes to this CS.
Look at both runes controlled here for Fnatic. Very nice for him, and I think Fnatic's pretty happy how these early lanes are going. Similar to last game, they were pretty happy with that as well. It's a question of can they translate it into more this time. I mean, this mid lane matchup isn't the easiest if you're going to EMP.
He's going to go for it,
Here's that level 3
What's
kill.
the kill? He's got the tornado. Stormstormer tries to throw
Missed.
it. He tried to throw it to the side, I think, to catch Armel, or maybe thought it would be just thrown in front of him to be able to get it, but no. A big mistake from the Stormstormer Invoker, and Armel takes full advantage of it.
And meanwhile, Jabs slaying Pure on this safe lane. That level 3 Razor timing, 2 points in Link. Fishman can't do much to bail out this Pudge. Just gets eaten alive. So much net worth on the Courier as well that he didn't have. That was his boots, maybe would have saved him. So Fnatic taking advantage of some of these early timings we were talking about. This is really what their draft wants to do. Another EMP used. DJ's lurking around the corner.
Now, this is something they kind of did set themselves up for, Entity, that is. Do you feel like, would you say they're a team that is less reliant on a strong laning phase?
You say that, and
Pure, he pulls back Jabs with the hook, but that's not going to do him any good. And Jabs, he's going to turn into Fishman.
The body box?
Ooh, nice. DJ trying to get in front of him. Ooh, couldn't quite get him in front of him. The second time with the plasma field will ensure the double kill for Jabs. 4-0. Armel, though, is in some trouble.
Very
and
fire.
It looks like the Entity might be able to get a counter kill, but no. Armel lives through it. And Jean-Noel, well, now that he's here, he'll chase away the rest of Entity, no problem. And the overhealing cell might be half effective, but still going to be enough to keep Armel in the lane.
This top lane going amazing for Fnatic here. Exactly what they wanted with this last pick, Razor. Take the fight to this Pudge, push him into a really slow start. And Armel
does he
trying
have
to push us to the limits.
He's managed to flame break him to the side, but he doesn't have the mana. But maybe,
No detection.
Okay. No detection is going to be able to...
that napalm did a lot through the invis.
Yeah, it did.
Meanwhile, Pure's getting zoned by DJ in the jungle. So much time wasted for him. The hook as well. That's a big creep that that hook is not killing.
This is a Pudge who's going to try and jungle without even having his flesh heap yet. So he doesn't even have the damage block to effectively, like, you know, use his rot and not take tons and tons of damage.
And this might be the worst start I've seen for Pure the whole tournament. He has absolutely no game. Or his Jabs is just feeding off Fishman here. He's going to go down. Oh, the tree block.
Oh, nice plant there. It's not enough to save him, sadly, but it was a cool little move.
Little extra net worth thrown away. I mean, Jabs is out of control. 4-0. Absolutely empty lane. Last pick Razor doing insane work here.
You are dead.
Well, now it's looking like Entity once again are going to be very reliant on Toby. Though in this situation, it may be reliant on Toby to bring the game back, whereas before he just kind of secured it for them.
Another 6-minute rune clash. Fnatic bringing both supports because their sidelings are going so well. Freeing them up here. It's going to be a regen top. DJ fighting for it.
Nice two-man stun to ensure Armel gets the bottle.
And now DJ can just move back in this jungle.
Pure? He's going to go for that kill on DJ. But a spike carapace does allow him to be able to disengage. He's got a stun coming up too. So Pure might be able to get this kill, but it's going to take a little bit.
The jukes.
He's got the hook. It's coming up. He's threatening it. Oh, is he going to get it? DJ dodges it.
The Tranquil's running.
The heals are coming up. The Tranquils are full engaged, and DJ.
He might even turn
Fishman.
here.
Oh!
The ward plant.
He barely gets the last hit by dropping the ward, gets the kill on DJ, but he is going to lose his own life and the Observer ward. I'm going to say DJ, well worth it for him. Toss back to Omi, couldn't quite get it. A toss straight up in the air to prevent his own death, but Armel's going to keep going for it. Tries to go for the lasso, but the cold snap will keep the distance.
Absolute destruction on the map here for Entity. This Pure Pudge walking back to base after all of that. Like you said, the ward going down. DJ just TP's back mid, refills the bottle. No stop in the action on this mid lane. Zoning Stormstormer off this catapult.
The entire time, there's just an Alchemist farming away.
Yeah, they got to show that replay for the crowd, I guess. You know, get a little extra cheers in.
Pure
DJ
thought he was going to go up into those trees, but no. One more time. What a huge lead for Fnatic, and what a happy reset for them, because I'm sure it could not feel good going in, you know, that game, that first one, it wasn't close at all, right? Fnatic kind of got rolled over, so they are showing, hey, we can actually take these guys.
I mean, it's exactly what you want momentum-wise. You come out of a rough game one where you feel like you didn't have any traction. Suddenly you're off to such a hot start. I feel like you can do anything in this game if you're Fnatic right now.
Yeah. 8 minute. Everybody trying to secure it, but Armel does get the bottom rune, which was an illusion. And Fnatic even doing a little stacking while they're securing the power runes. Very cheeky.
Now, what you don't want to have happen is you don't want to let this Pudge just catch up for free in the jungle, which means you either harass him or you just build stacks of your own so you match the economy. Again, the stacks for Fnatic are going to be way better than whatever Pure can clear that his team sets up because, of course, they have the Alchemist Greevil's Greed to go to work.
And Alchemist, I haven't seen an Alchemist who's managed to just sit in a lane for this long in a while.
He's chilling. He's level 7.5.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, he's hell farmed for any carry, let alone an Alc who hasn't gone to jungle yet.
And the crazier part is Jabs is actually keeping up with him in net worth. So,
well, I mean, he's been farming some heroes in the meantime.
He certainly has
5-0. A couple heroes, a couple wards.
A few pure creeps.
Yeah, a couple branches playing it down.
Now even just dropping the Eye of the Storm to help him farm a little bit faster.
The one upside for Entity is Fnatic can't really convert this lane lead into early objectives yet. They don't have the tower taking. It kind of comes later with some tombstone levels, maybe Palos joining a fight. So Entity's going to be able to hold their map, especially with this Invoker who Quas Wex, pretty strong outspam.
Fnatic, really nice read. They knew there was some sort of aggression that was going to be happening here. Then maybe that's why he popped the Eye of the Storm and just farmed the hard camp. They're now going to try and go to the other side, but oh no! They do manage to get the hook, but at the same time it looks like the Pangolier is going to die before he gets off the Rolling Thunder. Palos does die off of that hook pick from Pure.
Absolutely huge grab for this Pudge. I mean, sure, your Pango goes down, but who cares, right? You're taking the highest net worth hero with the best farming rate off the map, and more importantly, Pure getting involved here, boosting his net worth up.
Yeah, get some experience for himself where he was seriously lacking.
They have a toss back.
Another attempt at a hook, perhaps.
Can't hit it.
He's going to go for Drandwellen, but he's just easily sidesteps it and does manage to get a nice high ground tombstone. Can they fight around this? It doesn't look like it. Stormstormer may just go for the kill onto this Tiny, but other than that, they're not going to go for a full-out fight. Palos shows up. They actually...
Oh, another ward, too.
Nice. Get the last hit on the ward. They get the hook. Push back there for Fishman. Save him from that cliff scenario.
All right, all right. So Entity making small moves happen where they can. But of course, Palos is going to come up, clean up that kill, clean up the ward, and go straight into the stacks. Meanwhile, Janwell has been sitting mid, just collecting XP on this Undying. Almost best case scenario for this hero. Like, yeah, if you get the levels early, he's an absolute Frankenstein.
Yeah, you want to get that that ultimate and that level 4 tombstone as quick as possible, right?
And again, tombstone is insanely powerful this game. Nobody is killing this spell.
Oh yeah,
forever. I mean, maybe Invoker way later, but through a soul repeal and all of the AoE control Fnatic has, it's going to be hard.
They get the deny on the tower, but the TP is still coming through from Stormstormer. He'll burst collect on to Jabs. Managed to get the Tornado into the Rolling Thunder. They burned him out all of his mana. They should be able to burst him down and be able to pick up the Nyx Assassin. Entity, a full 5-man rotation. It does net them 2 kills.
Fnatic have to be careful about these objective pushes. Again, the tower damage isn't the fastest. It gives time for Entity to set up. Entity taking full advantage of it, bringing 5 heroes, abusing this Pudge Invoker tower defense that is so strong if you commit into the vision.
Now, it does mean that Pure, I think he ran top and then TP'd bottom, so it does mean that if he died there, Armel, he could have gone for the lasso, but the TP was coming in from the Oracle, so he decided against it.
Fishman's positioning on the map is going to be insanely important for Entity to maintain their map control. Yeah. He's the one thing that's going to dissuade Armel from just being hyper-aggressive on a core. We still haven't seen this big tombstone teamfight from Fnatic. They're still just patient, playing the map. I don't think there's anything wrong with this with the lead they had. Alchemist going to work in that jungle. Very happy to do so.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got like another 10 minutes before Alchemist can really show up with a Radiance, Blink Dagger, and such.
Bots top from Armel.
Yeah, he used his Swashbuckle to farm the creeps. Now it's back up, so he won't die. But he will lose a lot of his HP and damage.
Palos getting EMP'd mid, but he shows him the relic. You know, he's saying, look at how rich and fat I am, boys. You're in trouble.
Dan just put a little bit more psychological pressure on him, right?
Exactly.
That's right. That Radiance is coming up soon, and once the Radiance is there, then the next items are just even quicker. DJ still kind of lurking around with the rest of his Vendetta. Now, in max efficiency, he's going to go for the hit onto Toby, but he's going to pay the price for that one, I think. The rest of Entity was nearby, and DJ, was it worth it, son?
Yeah, he might be able to fog him here.
Trying to juke it out. Oh, Swashbuckle misses. Now doubling back the other way. Toby, he's taking him down. I've got to use this Rolling Thunder. DJ still healing up a little bit. They should be able to get him now. The Rolling Thunder goes off and he rolls over him, but honestly, so many resources used, so much time spent. Maybe that was worth it for DJ.
Not the worst since he got the Pango ult. Again, time that Palos is putting to good use here. Full Ancient stack cleared, full large camp cleared, Tombstone to defend the invasion from Entity.
And help him clear the stacks a little bit faster, plus it'll give our Undying some experience, so maybe he can get level 6.
Pure late to the stack party. invitation delayed, and Fnatic get everything they want right here. Jabs TPing bottom. The 400 off BKB. Not a huge amount of BKB control for Entity. It's really going to cause Stormstormer some control problems.
Got him with the lasso.
That's a nice find.
DJ just using the Vendetta to ensure the kill. Doesn't want to risk maybe an Oracle save or something. But Entity, they saw that TP up to top lane. They're saying, okay, we've got all these heroes up here. We can still maybe catch and win a fight. But Armel, really good reads of the scenario. Good sentry drop, DJ. They think there's a ward on the high ground. That's how well Fnatic was reading that scenario. They're like, he has to have vision of us.
Entity, again, in a scenario where they're committing more heroes than Fnatic needs to bulwark the attempt, which means Jabs and Palos, they're still farming. These two carries just going to town on the map. Stormstormer went this Witchblade on Quaswex and Voker, bypassing the Urn, which you think Vessel would be pretty nice in a game where you're versus Undying Heals and Alk. Maybe he just felt like the start was way too slow for it to pay off, gearing up for the late game with more damage.
Catching the Nyx Assassin. He did get off the Spike Carapace. It'll stall things a little bit, but he is still dead. Now Palos, he dropped the wards. He's going to stun himself. This is kind of awkward now. They're going to follow it up some more. Well, he's going to drop the Tombstone, but maybe the Spade is actually good for them. Jabs is in prime position to chase down some heroes. Fishman goes for the TP out. No stuns available. Let's see if he took enough damage. Die in the fountain. He does still die.
Yeah, once that Tombstone's dropped, there is no way Entity is committing into that. Just poking and prodding, trying to buy time for this Pudge to farm up the jungle. I don't know if buying time is going to be the solution here.
Yeah,
it might not be another play, though.
It does feel like Fnatic have put the pressure on Entity to be the ones to like, okay, you have to be aggressive because our Alchemist is farming and we've got a Razor that's going to scale up.
And we have this Bat Rider who, this hero looks like a beast in these late games with how much single target damage he does. If he just kills one core from Entity, I feel like it's enough to win the fight. There's not too much pressure on Armel in
Look
this
at
game.
DJ's positioning. He's scouting out the rotations coming in from Entity, so Armel is not going to get caught here. He's still going to stick around because apparently they want to keep this tower up, and it's a super healthy safe lane tower. It's full health.
Entity has not been able to touch anything on Fnatic's side. That was the blink for Toby on this Pango. Again, blink, Pango, Witchblade, Invoker. This is an investment that Entity wishes they got.
So many heroes showed up bottom lane. They make the move into mid, and that is going to pay some serious dividends. Not only are they going to get this kill on a Fishman, oh, top lane, Palos, he gets dismembered into the Sunstrike, didn't do too much damage, and the hook actually got blocked out by the creeps, so very awkward, certainly going to be lacking in the damage now. In fact, if Fnatic are cutting up, that's why you could see Palos thinking, oh, maybe I can go back in, because big bad Jabs is here in town. Oh, he's got a BKB, and he's gunning for it. This man is absolutely insane. The hook, it got him right through the creeps. What a hit from Pure.
Thought he TP'd out maybe, or I mean, what is this play? I've seen Jabs do insane stuff.
Jabs is by far one of those most bonkers offlaners you'll ever witness. This man's aggression knows no boundaries whatsoever. I mean, come on. He's diving a tier 2 all by himself because he can. Well, he thought he could anyway. But a prime hook from Pure puts a stop to that one.
I mean, the game thought he was in the fountain. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
That has to be one of the most unnecessary dives I think I've seen in a long time.
It really
no other
was.
way to frame it.
Oh, set up. DJ?
No detection.
He's got 2 supports behind him.
Charging an
He's
outstun.
out. Can the heroes get here in time? The Alchemist is going to get off the Unstable Concoction just in time. It hits, but immediately the Oracle is there. Reset Stormstormer, and now they just have to give up. Can't go for the kill any longer. Palos still kind of threatening, showing around. It's because they have the Tombstone out on the high ground, so why not?
Entity making sure they do not get caught in these big Tombstone engagements, backing up their cores on the map. Sure, they're getting out farmed. Still, I can't help but feel like they're making the best out of these situations, which are not easy to play at all. Another smoke go from them to the triangle, hoping to catch this out, but nobody home.
Yeah, maybe at best they could catch
maybe
Jabs here. Jabs, does he have his BKB back up?
He does.
He does. So he's actually going to latch on to Stormstormer. The nice hook from Pure saves him, pulls him out of danger. And look at Jabs. He's just walking into them. Now the rest of the team is coming in from the side, but Jabs is already dead.
Here comes Palos. He throws out his stun. They chain it onto the Tiny. Looks like he's going to be the first one down. Pure's going to fight this out. He's got his Aghanim Scepter, but Januel doesn't give a damn. In fact, he's amplifying the damage that's now coming out from the Bat Rider. The Flesh Heap is dodging a lot of his damage, though, and he managed to hit the hook. He's pulled back in. Armel has to recommit to be able to finish off this Pure tanky Pudge, but it finally does go down. Now they turn over to Toby, who looks at Palos, does manage to hit the shield crash, not quite enough damage, but Fishman, maybe Fishman can finish him off. The Sun strikes off the mark, and Toby dies, and now Fishman overextended in an attempt to run down Palos, but will pay the price.
The John Well Undying buyback somehow actually working out and bailing out this Alchemist. Still an expensive one for him, and not the exact fight Fnatic want. Razor just charging in 1v5. Gets absolutely obliterated. Pure living for so long once that Eye of the Storm and the Link are taken out.
Yeah.
Alchemist does not have the direct physical burst for them to feel good about an engagement like that. And again, no Tombstone for that fight. Arguably the best spell in this game right now.
Yeah, considering the advantage that Fnatic currently has, you would not expect a fight to be that close.
Oh, no, not at all. That's a very awkward engagement for Fnatic. They win it, sure, but it didn't feel great, you know?
You do see some serious problems for this Bat Rider, and it's just going to continue the entire game. The Flesh Heap blocks out a bunch of the damage of time that's coming out from all this fire and flames that he's got, and then on top of that, there's also the magic immunity and the purge that's coming out from Fishman, and if necessary, the ultimate. So he's going to have a hard time dealing with this Pudge in certain parts of the fight.
The upside is we're getting to the part of the game where this Al can start to take over. He has his Blink, he has his BKB. Big smoke up here from Fnatic, putting this initiation to use. Even has his Dagger of Wristful. A lot of extra physical coming through.
They've got the vision of Toby, so they're going to be able to blink, stun, chain it with DJ quite easily. A free pickoff.
See you later, Toby.
Now let's see what else they can get from here. Not in hero kills, but what kind of map pressure can they exert? I mean, Roshan is out there. That's just going to be an objective we're going to have to think about for the next 5 minutes. Neither team is super great at doing it, but
Fnatic doesn't have the objective forcing quite yet. They don't want. I don't think you want to risk a game on a Roche fight here. Just control the map, keep farming it up. Don't bleed any important core kills. You have the vision advantage.
It's like one of those situations where the current state of the game is good, and we just let it be that way, right? We don't need to take any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, you know, you don't need to, you know, BKB static link past a tier 2 or anything crazy like that.
Yeah, nothing dramatic, you know?
Just make sure where the fights happen are under your vision, and your Undying gets the spells off.
Yeah.
You're going to be happy. You're still working towards a very nice 25 to 30 minute mark here where your Alka is going to get his 4th or 5th item. Your Razor's going to get this Linken's that he's building to make him even tankier. He's just going to run in the fight and be obnoxious as hell.
They still have this ward in the triangle, by the way.
Yeah.
So they could move towards that where they see Stormstormer farming, but instead they opt to take over that dire jungle.
They're
maybe in
for this
preparation. Yeah.
But he's not there. And yeah, like you said, at least they can maybe get some vision out for this Roche control. They're thinking about forcing it soon. The fight for Entity into the Roche is difficult just because of the Tombstone. So if Palos thinks he can kill it fast enough, which I think he does, it's a very easy fight for Fnatic. That said, DJ TPing bottom.
Okay, Armel gets the grab on a Stormstormer, but the save, maybe Toby might just be able to bail him out, but no. The BKB from Armel ensures the kill. And DJ, well, he's going to leave his support behind. Bye-bye, DJ. You're going to be left in the clutches of Entity, who aren't even going to go for it. They're scared because they don't know that Roshan's going on right now. They think there could be mass TPs coming in.
This is super efficient for Fnatic. They're getting the best kill on the map in this Midas Invoker, losing that cooldown, while Alec just basically solos Roche with the help of Undying. Insanely efficient, getting everything they want, defending bottom tower, maintaining the map control. DJ doesn't even die. I feel like every time you say DJ is about to die.
Yeah, it's true.
He doesn't
it's
die.
Like the opposite of Caster's curse. I'm blessing him.
Caster blessing. Bestow it upon your favorite team.
Yeah, we're the good guys.
I don't know about that, but
17 to 12, but a 13,000 net worth lead. True, it's an Alchemist lineup for Fnatic, so there is, of course, always that little bit of quotation you have to put in there of how far ahead they actually are. But I mean, they've got to be leading by. Well, like, what would you give this game anyway, Avery?
ooh, you know me with percentages. Let's see. I'll give Fnatic a nice little 82%. chance to win this game. I
Damn,
think
I mean, 82%. That's pretty
it's
high.
pretty secure, honestly.
Yeah.
That said,
Woo, yeah, you are not off the mark too much. 86% according to the Dota Plus.
all right, well, we'll give that to me, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I will 100% give that to you.
The thing is, this game can get to a point where Fnatic fails the high ground push. They end up throwing some kills Entity's way. Suddenly this Invoker becomes a big problem. Suddenly this Pudge becomes just that little bit extra tankiness he needs to survive through a fight with the help of Oracle ult, and your Alk falls off a little bit. He can hit that late game valley before he kind of rises again with like the Ags pools and the Swift Blink and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Fnatic's scale here. Again, they have a very strong tricore between Bat, Alk, Razor, and they have a Nyx on top of it. I mean, Nyx is an absolute monster late game hero. You know, just be careful about that high ground push. That's the one part in this game where Fnatic can throw that net worth back.
Pretty much be careful of the tiny toss back and the pure hook. Like, they've got two different very good relocation abilities.
The fight displacement is Entity's best tool back in this game.
You are dead.
That plus probably some buybacks around their tower. That's what they're hoping for.
DJ finds the opening. It's going to be on to the pure punch, so he's pretty tanky. Already down to half health,
Fishman
though.
can't
Pal's
get
going
there.
to start going to the work. Where's the Fishman save? It's denied. Stormstormer, they get in front of him, but Armel is going to make sure he doesn't get it up. Pure actually does get bailed out ever so barely. He gets the TP completed. Thanks to the BKB. Does manage to hit the impale onto Stormstormer's Invoker. Pull him back in with the Razor, laying in the damage. They easily clean up Entity. I mean, without the pure punch, what damage is there, really?
He lives, but at what price? High ground tomb on the back end as well. No hope
toss
of
back.
Entity.
Really nicely played. Jabs. Welcome
Lincoln's
back to deep inside the enemy base, my friend. You've been here a few times. You're welcome back anytime, says Entity.
Fnatic getting a little too greedy after that team fight win again. Pudge, he's still full HP
Now
here.
the avalanche, now another toss back, now another potential hook to be able to finish off this Undying. He dies easily. Hook attempted, but Armel does manage to sidestep that one. Palace is back in. Just casually 3 shots to the Oracle. Goes for a finish onto Kenta. Oh, and he gets it too. Double for Palos.
Big bad Alex showing up to bail out what looked like it was going to be some chain feed. The lead continues to build for Fnatic here. And Entity, they just need some more damage or ways to extend these fights. Extending fights for Undying is just so scary though.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the punch BKB used in that last fight that got him out. He was able to TP away as a result of that, but we haven't got to see what it's like when, you know, Entity get the initiation. He can use that BKB offensively.
Palos looking to jump mid here.
And this man so farms. He's got a Blink Dagger in his backpack. He's going to swap over as he tries to go for the fight here, but Pure protected. Self-stun on the Alchemist. Toby's going to try and escort Pure out of here. He pops the BKB, quickly goes for the E, onto the Bat Rider, because it's the only thing he can do. It's fight or flight. A TP out is his only opportunity, and Pure does. Barely managed to get out. It's still Fnatic winning fights, but Entity doing a good job retreating and cutting down their losses.
Stemming the bleed for sure. I mean, these TPs are insanely clutched by Pure. If he goes down here, you're looking at a high ground situation with Tombstone, where you're going to force the Pudge to have to buyback and kill his net worth momentum. Again, is Entity winning these fights? No, but they're certainly salvaging bad situation. And now smoking out here, no alcohols for 15.
30 seconds left on the Aegis.
Are they actually going to hit this timing perfect if they find him?
Maybe.
Such
Maybe they need a little bit more of a delay. It doesn't look like they're going to run into him. Maybe they run into the Undying. Is there a hero close enough for the toss back? No, he has to go for the toss straight up in the air. They're going to try and quickly finish him and get out, which they will. Fnatic, they're not searching for the fight. No reason.
That's a minus gold kill for Entity. Maybe they get a little vision. I don't even know if they have too many obs left. All right, they have 2 on Fishman, so this is your time to try and get some map control. That's your best value out of this kill, because of course, Fnatic farming the map, they're going to continue to build the lead, working towards that next Roshan that will help them in the game. Jab's building into Refresher. He will be an absolute beast after that item hits.
DJ, so sneaky. He saw that sentry go up on the high ground, so he was just puts himself in a position ready to quickly blink back as soon as there was any sign of aggression. A Blink Dagger now complete for Pure, so again, that displacement continues to grow for Entity, making these team fights around Entity's base very difficult for Fnatic, but I still fail to see how Entity possibly wins a fight in just a regular open field.
Well, Stormstormer has opted to go Ags in this game, and this to me is not the most obvious Cataclysm game. So to me it tells me you got to dismember this Alk and they're going to try and burst them with the Sunstrikes. That's your best route at this point.
Toad does manage to get the Dismember, but the Unstable Concoction stops him. They do have the Lotus Orb out on this Pudge, but a Bash is actually coming through. Fear's going to be saved out. Oh, look at him just go to town on a Fishman, and they're still going to pull back this Pudge to his demise. His Jabs starts going to work while the Alchemist, well, he can keep everybody zoned back. Does get tossed back into the tier 3s, taking a lot of damage. Pure does eventually die here. Finally goes down. The Tombstone's going to be laid out right in front of Entity's base, too. So there will be no response anywhere from Entity.
A sloppy fight. Finally, they bring down this Pudge. No TP out that time, sir. That's the type of fight Fnatic's looking for. Corral Entity in their base. Now there's absolutely no map control left for them.
Nicely played by Jabs. His itemization of going BKB and Lincolns allowed him to just kind of like charge at the Pudge at some point in time. I mean, Pure thought he was going to get Dismember.
This Lincoln's has been valued. Like, you block a Dismember, it's fight winning. It's just such a big spell for this Pudge to regain his HP, prolong the engagement. Now we're in high ground scenario. Strength link up for this Alk. He's insanely powerful. Pudge up at 15. No buybacks for Entity here. Only on Katayomi. Does Toby have one? Toby does have one. So in a high ground fight, they can sacrifice their frontliners to try and get a numbers advantage.
And maybe that's why Fnatic is going to give them some respect here. No reason to fight into potential buyback scenarios and throw away some of the advantage that they have. They've got some items to complete. Now we've got an Octarine on Armel. They've got a Roshan they can wait out 15 seconds, and we'll see when Roshan is exactly going to spawn.
Yeah, no reason to take the high ground fight. What does Arax do for you in this game compared to the next Aegis that lets you end it? They're going to have all the items in the world to take that Roshan fight. Contesting it is going to be near suicide for Entity.
Roshan is going to be minute 18.
Like, now you're putting Entity in a position where they probably feel pressure to try and find something here in the next few minutes.
Yeah. Or
this game just gets completely out of control. At the same time, them fighting outside the base feels impossible.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to dream up a scenario where Entity wins fights, and it's mostly through tossbacks and hookbacks underneath tier 3 towers.
I mean, you got to get a toss back into a Dismember, into a Cataclysm, into
yeah,
chain all your other spells. Then you kill one hero.
And then everybody else is going to start swarming through from Fnatic. Pure showing himself. DJ immediately goes for it. Spike Carapace into the Impale stun, waiting out the Lotus Orb before you throw out the Unstable Concoction. Does manage to get out the Bash. Meanwhile, back lines, they stop the Oracle and prevent him from getting off a good ultimate. They get the hook back. Stormstormer finish off Janwell. Undying will claim the head of Entity, and that is it. GG is called Fnatic. They got absolutely stomped in front of the home crowd in game 1, but they have the spirit, they have the resilience, they bounce back in game 2 equally strong, and we will see the full extent now of this series.
Absolute momentum win for them. I mean, coming from that rough game 1, now they have a chance going into game 3. They have the crowd on their side.